we go. Here we go. Welcome back, First Down Magazine podcast. We're excited to join you guys. It's Jamal
Let's
and
go.
Davide, host of the show. So, what's going on, man? How you doing?
How are you doing, Jamal? I'm very excited. GFL just got underway. Let's get talking about it.
Let's talk about it. Obviously, we have a friend of the
Yes,
show,
sir.
Connor Miller, who played this past weekend, and we'll talk a little bit about that. But what a great week of football, man! Obviously, the CFL kicked off, but the GFL kicked off as well, and we got
Yes,
some
sir.
scores.
Look at that.
It's funny because during the week I actually put out, what's the game to watch, and a lot of people told me New York Lions versus the Kiel Hurricanes, and that was definitely a good game. It was really a
Oh, yeah.
one-score game before Hurricanes scored late, making it 28-14.
Mm-hmm.
But I think New Yorker struggled to get in rhythm a little bit, so we'll see how that pans out. But I mean, a lot of good scores, and one of the scores that caught my attention, and obviously we want to dive right into it, but how about the Unicorns and the allgaucomets, man?
Oh, yeah. That's crazy. 115 points in one game. Are you crazy? That's
150.
like amazing. That's a crazy game.
I mean, talk about. I think going into halftime, I think the total was at like already 60 or 70 points, and
Yeah.
the Unicorns went to Algoy, got a good win, strong win. Whenever you go into, an opposing team's house, like the comments and picking up one like that, it's definitely huge. Shout out to Connor Miller, played well throughout the
Oh, yeah.
game, and I don't think the Unicorns were expecting this type of game. I think it definitely caught them off guard, but they definitely showed why they are one of the top teams and always in the championship talks in the GFL.
Yeah, 100%. Shout out to the Comets because what a way to go out. Like, yes, you didn't bring home the dub at the end, but to score 57 points against the Unicorns is never an easy task. And it shows they're a very competitive team that can do a lot of damage in this year's GFL. But the Unicorns, like, let's go. This is what I wanted. Like, Connor is there. They're playing good. They are already in week one finding a way to win these crazy games. And there's going to be a lot more crazy games through the year. So let's go. Very excited with this GFL start right now. Is there any other game that we want to focus on? Let's see.
I mean, right off the bat, this is a team obviously won the GFL last year. We look at the Potsdam Royals playing the Hildesheim Invaders, and you're thinking
Yep.
they should just go in there, handle business, stand on business, do what they got to do. But that's not what I want to talk about because even though they did that, but this guy Jalen Johnson, my
Yes,
man threw
sir.
for my man threw for 6 touchdowns. Excuse me, Jalen Henderson. I didn't mean to.
Jalen Henderson, yeah.
My man threw for 6 touchdowns, 361, 22 of 28 passing. I mean, great teams do what they're supposed to do, and that's what the Royals did. And great players do
Yep.
what they're supposed to do, and that's what Jalen did. Obviously, he was the top passer of the week. But man, they look good. They look fresh. They look sharp. They look like they skipped a beat. It almost looked like it was too easy for Jalen at some point.
100%. Like 361 passing yards is very good. Like for people that don't really look at stats, 360 yards is very good. It's a very good performance. 6 touchdowns is crazy.
Yeah.
It's out of this world. How do you throw 6 touchdowns in a game? That's an amazing performance. Well deserved for player of the week. 100%.
Zero interceptions too, and I think the one thing when you look at these stats and you watch the game is that he was efficient. Only
Yeah.
six incompletions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. 6 incompletions. It's amazing, bro. Six. You have as many incompletion as touchdowns you've thrown in the whole game. That's a
Yeah,
that's a MVP performance.
yeah,
hundred
most
percent.
definitely. So it's gonna be interesting to see if Potsdam could keep this momentum going. But man, that was a good start for them, and obviously they did what they were supposed to do. Other teams like Dresden, I think they won 38-7. They did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
The Munich got a good win versus the Spiders, 31-7. Even though I'm
Yeah,
sure
that's
the win
something I wanted to focus on, the Munich Cowboys, because I don't know if you've seen, the guys probably have seen, the fans. We're doing power rankings this year, and each week we're gonna update the power rankings for the GFL. And the Cowboys just took a +7 leap. They just leaped ahead by pretty much half of the rankings. It's 15 teams, so +7 is huge. And we are very excited to see what Munich has in their pockets for the rest of the season, because they looked really good in this week 1 game, very in control of the game against a strong team like the Spiders. It's very exciting to see what else they got.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's crazy because, like, you think, especially with the ELF, right, and all the talent that's being spread, throughout Europe, how much talent's actually left. There's still some good talent out there. There's still a lot of good homegrowns. There's still some new guys that are making a name for themselves and guys that are finding, their way in Europe. And for Munich, for what the Ravens did in the ELF with scouting and building their team, and then what the Cowboys were able to put out, shout out to Munich. Shout out to
100%.
the whole Bavarian area for the talent that they're able to put on display. And we'll see how week 2 comes about. But all in all, great week of football all around. Excited for what's to come in the next couple weeks.
And as you're saying with the talent, it's amazing because there's so many leagues that are growing a lot. So the talent is getting like spread out. But when we say the talent is getting spread out, it's not only like the people that we already knew that are going to different places. For example, Connor to the Unicorns, making it back to the GFL after his tour in the ELF for a few years. Yeah. It's a lot of new talents coming in, imports from the United States, or a lot of homegrowns that, like, the pool of homegrowns is growing so much because the sport is growing. So there is a lot of young talent that there usually wasn't these like numbers of homegrowns growing up, and now there is like a lot more because of the ELF and the GFL growing. France, Italy, like Switzerland, Sweden, Finland. It's amazing to see, and you can see it every time you watch a game in this top competition like CFL and GFL.
Yeah, football in Europe is definitely growing. It's getting better. Guys are developing, which is what everyone wants. Everyone wants a good product. Everyone wants people to get better and be invested and grow the game. And that's what is happening. That's what we're seeing progressively. And it just makes it more exciting when other leagues are going to kick off and how other leagues finish. And, we'll see. But shout out to the GFL. Shout out to the CEFL. Great opening week for the German Football League, and great.
Very excited to see how it goes.
Now we'll see what happens. We'll see what's next. We'll see what week 2 looks like coming forward. But all I know is that there's going to be a lot of good matchups to come. So,
yes, sir.
Hey, guys, thank you all for tuning in. Again, subscribe to the channel, share the video, share the podcast with a friend, join the conversation. And we'll keep
Drop a comment. Who's winning the GFL this year? Drop a comment right now.
Yeah, well, we won't hold you to it, but I want to see your early votes for GFL winners this year. So, take care.